Vintage hats, shirts, golf gear supreme. Raiders of resale, living the dream. From whatnot to eBay, we score the loot. Vintage finds in every pursuit. Tips to cash in, stories so grand. Reselling raiders, rulers of the land. Reselling raiders, treasure we chase. Hathouse fired up, coaching the race. Vintage hat shirts, golf gear supreme. Raiders of resale, living the dream. Tune in, hear the lore. Reselling raiders, always more.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Reselling Raiders, where we talk everything from eBay to whatnot. I'm Hathouse, joined by Coach Porch and Fired Up Finds. We have a jam-packed show today, a lot to talk about. I do want to talk about last couple of times I didn't get to it till the very end, but whatnot sent out this email and basically talking about what's going to be hot next year. So I definitely want to talk about that. So don't let me forget. Don't get into some wild stories like I know we do. But so we definitely want to talk about that. And I know we definitely want to talk about Rob is back from the living. He's been having to work nights. So that's kind of why we're on during the day today. And I know that got fired up last night on his
Fired
huge
up, he
show.
did.
He got back from his Earnhardt Hall. So that's really great. I want to remind everybody, please hit the thumbs up button. Please leave us a review on the podcast side. 5 stars would be really awesome. Hit the thumbs up button on this video. Always helps us. And get in the live chat. We always love to hear from you. Submit any questions that you can to the channel. Hit us up on Instagram. Always like answering those. So where do you want to start? Let's start with the show. I got in the show last night.
Yeah.
Fired up. It was a banger.
You were freaking. Are you selling those or what?
Oh yeah, I'd definitely be selling them. I'm not a collector.
We'll be in the house.
Yeah, I'm excited on a future episode to figure out how much you're gonna sell some of those pieces for. Because you got
I can't wait.
Yeah, you put in some custom bids of like some good dollar amounts. So
that was just kind of my thing. I don't want to see anybody I didn't want anybody to get something for $5 or something that was definitely worth $50 or $100. I wasn't gonna let that slide. So I put in a bid where I thought I could make some decent money, and if somebody wanted something, they were gonna have to outbid me.
Outbid the man.
Were you there all the way to the very end, Steven?
Yeah, I didn't get there until halfway through. We had our Christmas concert last night. But it was about halfway through when you got, and then I was there for the back half basically.
Yeah, the of all the pieces that I know, I 100% know the eBay comp on that crew neck. The very last piece that I ran, last sold 250 on that one.
Yeah,
so
I had no idea how much that one was actually worth. That's amazing.
Yeah, that's a good. I think it went for like 89 or something like that. So there's still plenty of money to be made, if whoever bought it is selling it. Yeah, super fun show. Crazy. I mean, just like, nobody has a collection like this. Nobody has a collection like this. And if you do have a collection like this, you're not selling it for $1. There's just no other way. There's no other way to put it. Yeah. So the only thing, I guess, all night that surprised me is the show had 95 bookmarks. So I fully expected, 100 people in the show. This is the good news. So for all the new whatnot sellers, or maybe you've never sold on it, 100, and Rob talks about this all the time. 100 people is not 100 buyers. 100. That's 100 watchers that you have, and in that 100 watchers, obviously your chance of more buyers is obviously more because there's more people. But at the end of the day, you can have 100 watchers and only 10 buyers. So last night, I think we topped out at like the mid 50s, but it stayed somewhere between like 35 and 45 people, right? But which is half of basically what I thought it was going to be. But I had 30 individual buyers, meaning and a vast majority. There was only three one item buyers. So that means that, a vast majority of the people that were there were all buyers, which is, I would take 30 people in a show and 30 buyers over 150 people in a show and 20 buyers. You know what I mean? So,
Sure.
at first I was like, what? I can't believe that there's not more people in here. But then I realized that the prices were going for, overall what I thought they were going to go for. And House sits at an angle because his wallet is so fat. He's sitting on his
all right.
log.
So I know you got the hat show tonight, which is a great
Yeah.
follow-up, shirts to hats. But if you're looking at 30 buyers on a 45-ish show, and I know you have a really a lack of patience, so you want to get it done, and I know you've got these scheduled out, but I'm wondering, what does that tell you about the buyer pool, and what does that then mean to you for scheduling the shows going forward?
Yeah, I think it's two parts. One, you have to realize when you buy a collection of all the same thing, there's variations of what it is, but it's all the same thing, right? So if you're just a vintage guy, you're still gonna like it probably. But you're gonna want one piece. If you're not a seller, if you're not a reseller, you're gonna want one piece to rock, right? And then all the other people are gonna be A, resellers, or B, hardcore Dale Earnhardt collectors. Right, those are going to be two of your main people in a show where there's 500 pieces of the same type of thing, and so I forgot what I forgot what the other part.
So I guess my question is, since you had a lower volume of buyers than expected,
Yeah.
does that tell you to stay with, in your mind, do you stay with your aggressive schedule, show after show after show, or do you push it back a little bit and let the wallets recharge? Because you don't really know who's buying.
Yeah, the wallets will recharge because the next t-shirt and jacket show isn't until next Wednesday. So, if you're not recharging your wallet in a week, then I'll tell you. But
Are you really going Wednesday?
Yeah, why?
What time? Well, that's when I was
Christmas
going to
Eve.
go. What time are you going to go?
No. What time are you? I don't know.
2 weeks.
No, this upcoming Wednesday. What time are you going, Steve? It was going to be shirts. It's going to be shirts and jackets, but I can work. If you're going to go later or earlier, I can go later.
No,
or
I'm not too worried about that. I don't think we'll have the same type of buyers if you're doing.
Yeah, but I wanted
shirts
to be
and
in your
jackets.
show. We'll both go on Wednesday, and then we'll just work. Yours is probably going to be an hour, right? You're a pretty standard hour, or do you think it's
Yeah.
going to be a little longer?
It might be a little bit longer. It's not going to be
Yeah,
that much longer.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Then I'll push it back till after you get off. But yeah, to be honest, man, like at the end of the day, the amount of viewers didn't matter to me. It was the fact that I wanted a $20 after fees. I wanted a $20 on average sale price per piece. That's what I wanted. Last night was $29 and like 54 cents, right, per piece, average, which is almost $10. It's 50% more than what I had wanted. So in my mind, I'm like, you're never going to get all the AOPs are, other than a couple that are like super high dollar, they're all basically $100. They're 80 to 100, 110, maybe $120. A lot of them are right around $100. I always say this: if you can go on a Whatnot and get 60% of an eBay comp, you're winning, you know? And that's just for the big dollar ones. There's a ton of small dollar ones that sell for, you know, $20 to $30 on eBay that went for 20 to even over some of a good amount of the ones that I really wasn't expecting to be as big of a deal went to like the 30s and the low 40s. So it all went exactly in my mind, exactly how you know, I wanted it to go, other than just the total viewership. Like that was the only part. But once you realize that doesn't matter at all, it's just about how many people are buying and what are the prices, you know? If it was the same setup and I had 35 people in there, but you know, an AOP was going for $10, different story. You know, then I'm like, okay, well, wait a second. Now we got to figure it out and kind of go back. But they were going for $50 to like $80, which is like, you can't, you know, that's, it doesn't matter how many people are in there. That's what it's going to be.
Yeah, the price was right. And kind of like what I was saying, I just the buyer pool for just Dale stuff is just going to be smaller.
Oh yeah, 100%.
But I think you're still going to be able to hold the price that you want though, so it doesn't really matter. And could that price be a little bit higher? Maybe push it to 35 if you waited, but maybe I don't know that it's worth it since this one went well. I mean, I think you just I think you're doing the right thing now. Just try to get out of it, get your money back as fast as you can. Buy the next one.
Exactly, because like we're almost at 1,000 in the profit. Three-quarters of the shit is still left to go. You know, so like, and that's buying it. That's going to get it. You know what I mean? That's like all of your actual cost for this collection is all paid for already back in my bank account. You know, so and it's just a fun time. And like, just like Brandon's saying, I'm into everything after all of my costs, $6 a piece. So you're never going to lose on that, you know? And like he said, the buyers get a great deal
for $1.
Yeah. I mean, if one piece sells for $1, like it is, you know, it is what it is. Like you're going to, there's something.
Oh shit. Oh,
yeah,
shit,
there's something that's gonna sell for $1. You know what I mean? Because like not every single thing is like the most amazing thing. There are 10 or 15 things that are just like, I could have gone without these, but just part of buying a huge lot. You know, and everybody gets a good price. You know, I get a good price on the sale. A lot of people get a good price on either for resale or for personal. And so it's just, you know, it's just a win. It's really just a win-win for everybody. And I was just stoked. I was stoked overall at the end. When I hit end, I was like, I wanted to do 2,500 after fees, and we did $39.94. But I had also sold almost $400 in stuff like to like my local people. So yeah. So I did factor that in, but
give it back to the homeless. There you go.
So you got a banger hat show tonight. I've got to make sure and upload this so everybody knows. Try to upload the pod today. If you check out the hat show, you definitely got banger Dale hats in there.
I mean, there's
the shark tooth to the flames to the splash.
I would say literally at least 75% of them are dead stock with the tags. There's probably 10% of them that are dead stock without the tags. And the other percent is just, you know, stuff that he wore or whatever. But there's a lot of really unbelievable pieces. There's a lot of shit that I'm not the biggest Dale. I'm not a Dale, you know, vintage clothing expert, but there's ones that you see pretty often, you know, you see the, you know, for as rare as it is, I've seen the Dale flame a good number of times now. You know what I mean? Yeah. And you'll see the Dale Sharks and the Black Domes and stuff like that. I'm not sure I've ever seen a Dale Splash in real life, and there's a ton of these crazy ones that I have never seen that have the most insane designs on them that are just super sick. That I guess it's not ones that are the super hype beast type ones. So yeah, it was fun.
Cool.
So what time are you going to be on tonight?
8 p.m. Eastern Standard. I'm going to do 125 of the snapbacks, and then next week I'll do the other 125. and yeah, so it's all a good mix. Like the hardest part about yesterday, I'm not gonna lie to you, was trying to split up 50% of the shirts and the jackets in one show and 50% in the other, because it's like there really is so much good stuff that it's, you know, it's like it's really hard to be like, okay, well, what is like some of the really, really good stuff and trying to balance that out. It was just it took me a long time just to get the racks settled to where I was happy with, okay, you know, there's still a lot of stuff to look forward to and whatnot.
I do not look forward to that packing for you, though. Oof.
I mean, it wasn't like, it's not too bad. I'm already like almost halfway done with it. So it's the eBay orders that are freaking killing me.
I just know from doing the winter shows for golf, the bigger stuff is just so hard to pack sometimes.
Yeah, it is. So especially when people buy, like if they get even 3 jackets. If you get 2 jackets, sometimes 2 jackets can fit in a large flat rate, depending on if they're really big. But you get like 2 or more jackets, then it's like shit. You know, it's like not gonna fit in a flat rate box. So then you're gonna have to go to like, you know, these really big poly bags that I have.
That was some. Let's call out the USPS on that, because that was some evil shit they did, making the flat rate box the shorter one.
Yeah.
And the priority one's the bigger one. Come on, USPS, do better.
Yeah, do better, for sure.
So I might be the one that screwed you up there. I think I might have bought 3 jackets. Were you like?
But you got it set for local pickup.
You might have actually. I don't know. You got of everybody in the show, you bought the most items. So
really,
yeah.
Damn, Steven.
Oh man,
it wasn't the most money. It wasn't the most money, but it was the most individual items. And you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 jackets or crew necks, So
I'm sorry, man. However you have to pack it.
Yeah, that's gonna be it'll definitely be in 2 packages. Either that or it'll be doubled in those huge poly bags. So what's up with we have a hat house whatnot show coming up, dude?
Yeah, if y'all check out my Instagram, I kind of gave a sneak peek. The other set of bangers that I bought is not even here yet, so I don't even have them on the rack that I made. But I got some really good ones. And just kind of was ready to do another whatnot show, and yeah, that's some of them. Yep,
it is.
It's gonna be a good one. But Instagram's got the full picture of everything on there if y'all want to check that out. But
Did you see the Dale hat?
Hat? I do have a Dale hat. And it's in my bolos. I sold a Dale hat yesterday on the old Etsy.
I gotta see which one.
Yeah, I bet you have it.
Probably.
Mike, do you have it?
I don't think there's many that I don't have.
Right. So yeah, I've been, and the other thing is, if you're listening out there, I got a bunch of hat shapers made up too. So it's always the best time in the Whatnot show to buy a hat shaper. You get basically $5 off on each one. It's just the cheapest that you can get a hat shaper. So definitely come through next Wednesday. I'm going to have a bunch of banger hats. And I was trying to do it in time for Christmas where people could still get it in time. I don't know. What is the USPS cutoff? Is it probably Saturday? Shipped by Saturday or?
Well, that is the 13th. So it'd be 12 days to get somewhere. I mean,
no, that would be the 17th.
Recommends
you're talking about next Saturday. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
December 17th for Ground Advantage and First Class, 18th for Priority Mail, and 20th for Priority Mail Express.
So that is, you said the 17th.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to go on Tuesday.
Yeah.
17th is Wednesday.
So I can ship on Wednesday.
You said the 18th, Rob, is for if you ship priority?
Yes.
So, I mean, as long as people buy.
Come through on Tuesday. I'll probably do it Tuesday so I can get everything shipped out on Wednesday. And I can make it so I can make it by Christmas if that's what you need it for.
Yeah.
So that kind of sucks. The only thing is, so I never pay like for an upcharge for somebody to ship something to me, but the one time I did with UPS this last week, because I bought some hats from the guy I buy hats from. He made me a good deal on some bangers, and I was like, I'm going to pay for the 3-day select. And
Did you select
What
the
do you-
3 days?
yes, and so they were supposed to be here by Friday, but now they're not going to be here until Monday. So I'm going to be cutting it close by getting them in on Monday and then trying to get them cleaned up for Tuesday. And of course, I want to have like some good promo. So I don't know. That kind of stuff.
Do they give you your money back if you like pay to have it there on Friday and it just doesn't show up?
Have you ever tried to call UPS? It
No.
is the absolute worst to try to talk to somebody if you get your package lost or
This hat is so fucked up.
I was just about to compliment the freaking Roback too.
yeah. You get your shit
Look at the
together.
look at the
okay?
freaking hairline on this guy, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, you
Oh,
like
what an yeah, that ain't going nowhere.
The
That is
silverback.
nice hair. Yeah, that's some nice hair right there.
Oh, this Solon cup
Lord.
there, baby.
So you're basically out like
Yeah, fluffy
how much
today.
money did it cost you?
Oh, this was pretty cheap. I mean, we're
Okay.
talking like $19 to ship. It was only like 15 hats. It was just 15 good ones.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, so
don't
not
know
even
that
worth
I
the call.
jump from Wednesday to Tuesday though, because they say the 17th, and that's going from like the furthest point to the furthest point.
Yeah.
I don't think you being in the Midwest is going to be a problem getting to either coast before Christmas. I don't think. I can't guarantee that there. So
I mean, having an extra day it is
Yeah.
good, but
maybe don't listen to me. Maybe don't listen to what I'm saying.
Yeah. I'll go Tuesday. I'll probably go like, I was thinking of going like later though, like 9 or 10 o'clock at night.
yeah, that's what I would
Yeah.
do.
There you go.
I'll do that.
You
Yeah.
do that.
So buy some.
Yeah, because 9 o'clock your time is that at 7 o'clock Pacific and 10 o'clock Eastern, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's a good time because people are off of work everywhere, but it's not too late on the East Coast where a vast majority of people are like already in REM sleep. Yeah.
Some
that
of
is
us
good.
are pretty busy at work.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's Rob is kind of in a precarious position right now. He's not going to be able to do another show until
God
Christmas.
knows when. God knows when. Might be next year.
You
Yeah,
have 3 employees that do they all do the same job that are out? Is that what
I
it
have-
is?
Yeah. So in one of my departments that I manage, I have 3 people that run the night shift 7 days a week. So they're not all 3 at the same time. I mean,
Yeah.
they're there on different hours and different. 2 of them in the past 3 weeks have broken a leg,
Wow.
and one of them is out of the country until next week.
Oh. So you're
So
having to
literally
pick
my
up.
entire staff is gone.
Yeah. Are you the only one pulling the overnight?
No, I pulled my day shift guy into nighttime. He'll
Yeah.
be there. He gets in at like 1 o'clock and leaves around 9, and then I take over after that.
So then you go in from 9 till what time?
No, I go in around 4 till like midnight or 2. Depends on what else I got to do afterwards.
Does
But I still have
How-
to try and do my other shit too. So
yeah. How's your drive when you're going in and coming back that late?
going in, it still sucks.
Yeah, going
I mean,
in sucks, I
it's-
bet.
Yeah, it's rush hour traffic around DC. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
But coming home, it's like 45 minutes.
And it's normally how long?
Usually about an hour and a half. B,
Oh,
I
yes,
print
it's half the time.
newspapers. We print newspapers. We're a newspaper printer.
Yeah, he's one of the big dogs though. He's the ivory tower exec. That's just having to do some grunt work right now. That's a good exec though. You know what I mean? That's a good exec. I'm saying. You gotta you're not too good to do the jobs, which is great.
Yeah.
What is that? Undercover boss?
Hallway.
Yeah.
But Boss of the hallway was like, worried about burning out. And I said, well, somebody's got to make these plates, man. We got to run the press.
Yeah.
Yeah. I get it.
Hey,
I understand.
Rob, do you care about saying what the newspaper company is?
I print a lot of newspapers. The paper
Oh, okay.
I'm employed by, though, kind of causes a lot of heartache for certain
Oh,
people.
yeah. But it's like it's a printing company that will print for multiple different like news outlets or whatever.
Well, the way it works is like we are one of the largest printers here in the area. We're like I think we're the biggest one that's left. There used to be just a shit ton of print plants, but we are the largest in this area, and we're one of the top. I'll put it this way: I work for one of the top 5 newspapers in the country.
Oh, hell yeah!
And we are employed. Well, we're contracted out by literally like 5 other national newspapers to do the printing for them in this area.
Hell yeah! Like Lifestyle magazine, you get to see Miley Cyrus on the cover. Well, I guess
Well, it's more like one of the newspapers we print is the New York Times.
Yeah, New York Times. I figure like New York Times, like Washington Post, all those other ones. Yeah, it's sweet. That sucks that you got to work overnight though.
But that's the
That
thing. I
sucks.
mean, we are 24/7.
Yeah.
So
Rob, have you been posting on eBay at all or no?
I'm still just trying to figure out how to live right now.
Yeah. Hey, Steven, how have the sales been the last week?
Not awesome, not good. I kind of sold most of the things that I had that were new with tags in the store, and nobody wants to use a pair of earbuds really right now, and use clothing. I mean, most of the sales that I've had have been like collectible things, just kind of rare things, but it really will die down until after the first of the year. It'll be a little bit rough, but it's the way it goes. The bins have been crazy too.
Because everybody's out of school and stuff.
Are they digging for Christmas presents in the bin? I don't know. It has been off the chain. It's been crazy.
Really? Have you been finding?
Yeah, I found a bunch of baseball bats yesterday, so that was really good. And then just basic clothes have been pretty good. Just little stuff here and there. But yeah, it's been pretty good. Not
good.
I pushed a pregnant lady.
Whoa!
So there's that. So I don't know if you know what the bin etiquette. I don't know. I didn't know she was pregnant, and I didn't.
I just thought she was fat.
So she tumbled over and the baby came out. Ah!
So you stand there, right? And everybody's lined up, and they pull the bins out, they blow the whistle, and everybody just walks forward, right? You walk forward to the bin in your lane, you go forward, and you start digging there. You can't, it's like Ghostbusters. You can't cross the streams.
Yeah.
You can't cross the streams. You can't walk in front of somebody.
Elbow.
Yeah. If you want to go to that bin over there, you're going to have to go around the back.
Go around the backside.
Around the backside. And then you can go wherever you want. But you can't walk in front of somebody right when the whistle blows. I mean, it's common sense. And then she's like, and so I was walking forward. I didn't see her coming really. She walks right in front of me. I run into her and I'm like, I'm walking forward. I'm going forward to the bin. And she's like, you pushed me. I said, you crossed the streams. You were in my space. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not out here to push people. I just out here looking for stuff.
She gets in the way and bam, that people's elbow comes.
And then Mary tells me she's
throwing
pregnant.
chicken wings. Boom.
And then Mary says she's pregnant. Oh no.
And so I didn't know. I
should have pushed the baby too.
Nice.
There's just unwritten rules, right? At the bins.
Yeah,
You don't cross the streams.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny how different bins will do it though too. Like at our bins, you line up on the wall, they push out all the bins, they line them up in 2 rows, and then you like single file line around, to the bins. I've been to other bins
Right.
where like they'll push out, everybody's got to go behind this line. Like in Orlando, everybody has to go behind this line. They'll rotate the whole floor, and then and then you basically will like go, just then they say go or whatever, and everybody goes to like an individual bin themselves. There's like, it's just funny how they're the managers at
people
different
jumping in the
places.
bin. Mine.
Yeah. It's funny how like the different individual managers at these places will try to
Make their
organize
make their own rules
whatever
up.
chaos. Yeah.
Yeah,
There's
ours
a
is
lot of
basi-
pushing and shoving at ours too.
Yeah, ours is basically like a line of like 5 bins. They move out the old ones, they line up the 5 new ones. People are on this side of the bin and that side of the bin, and they blow the whistle, and everybody goes to the bins in the middle.
Yeah.
Straight.
It's there's a lot of pushing at ours. We have, I'm not gonna say that actually. There's just people that are
That
weird,
old
I guess.
He's got pre-conversation in his head, and then decides whether or not to let it out.
I shouldn't say that.
Because the internet takes stuff that you say and they make it into
no,
a
I see that.
big thing. It's like,
I see
it's
that.
not meant to be that, but it's fine.
Yeah.
There's just people that don't have a lot of manners there. So yeah,
For sure.
that I put my store on vacation mode while I was gone, and I think we talked about this before, but when I go on vacation mode, I always do a 30, maybe even a 40% discount on almost everything. There's a couple things that I exclude, but 99% of it I'll put a discount on. So there's 40 eBay orders that I have to ship from Friday till for the last week. So it usually works out. Obviously you get a lower price, and then people want to send you an offer on something that's already discounted 30%. But
Absolutely.
it does get a lot. I accepted a ton of offers on items that have been listed for 150 days, 170 days. It was usually anything more than like 120 days. Like if you sent me almost anything, I was going to accept it. So
Yeah. That's why I always think you should have things on sale. And I don't completely agree with mark it up just to mark it down. I don't think that really makes people buy it at that price anymore. But what I do think it does is it entices people to make offers, because it's like, well, he has it marked down. He must be really wanting to get rid of it. So maybe I can make an offer. So that's why I think mark it up, you mark it way up to mark it down. I think it does work. I don't think it doesn't cause like an immediate sale because you're still priced maybe above the market. But I think it just, people seeing something marked down just makes them feel like maybe you're more willing to negotiate and more likely to send you an offer at that point. That's what it's kind of been my feel of. Then that's why I give things full price for a month, and then that's why it always goes to at least 20% off in the next month.
Yeah, it's a good strategy because there's there's a lot of things that you thought were good, or they might have been good when you bought them, and then the trend had died or whatever. And
Right.
it's just a really good way to get rid of things that have been kind of just sitting there for a long time. Between that and putting it on Whatnot or taking it to a yard sale or whatever. There was a lot of not many of those 40 things were items that we had listed in the last even 2 months. I mean, there were definitely some, but there was a lot of 70 to 100. I think 189 days was the oldest one that I remember.
Right.
So there's a lot of like stuff that has kind of just been up there for a while that now people were kind of getting a good deal on, and that's why if you buy stuff cheap, you know what I mean? It doesn't. If you can get the full price, great. But if you can just, if you can just double or triple the money, that's cool too. Yeah, it wasn't bad.
For sure. Hey, let's get to so Whatnot sent out this email last week or earlier this week. I don't know if y'all saw it, and it was talking about things that were going to be hot in 2026. and I wanted to go over.
their analytic one. Yeah.
Yeah, and I wanted to kind of talk about some of this. It's in all the sorts of categories.
Right.
So they have their consumer trends report breaks down the fastest growing categories on Whatnot and what they signal for sellers heading into next year. Number one on here was women's sports. WNBA cards are growing 3 times faster than NBA. I thought that was pretty wild. I guess Caitlin Clark and
Caitlin Clark's doing it. I don't know that that's going to sustain though.
yeah, she
Speaking
got
of-
hurt at the end of the year, and
Well, regardless.
I mean,
of-
does one player like
Yes, one player does
Yeah.
make that difference.
over
gotta remember,
all of the
With
NBA?
Yes, remember with Caitlin Clark came the others that are with her in the same class this year that came into the WNBA. Caitlin Clark's just the light at the top of the torch, So there's a lot of eyes on the WNBA. I don't know that it's going to sustain, but I can agree with it selling 3 times faster than NBA because NBA is kind of stagnant.
I mean, the Thunder do that to a league because they just kick the shit out of everybody else all the time, and so nobody else really wants to play basketball right now. So I can see how y'all are just like bummed out and not wanting to buy that shit. So I get it, guys. I get it. So
Oh shit. That's so good.
dude, they're 24-1, and nobody. I watched them. I watched almost every game this year, I think, except one. And they just, it is not even a competition most games. And
I'm just waiting until you get all the way to the bottom of this list because that's where I'm going to set my 2026 up for.
I gotta be honest, Steven. I couldn't tell you a single person that plays for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Not
Bullshit.
a single. On my life. If you ask me right now,
he was the MVP last year.
I have no clue who that is.
It's only 3 letters.
Trey.
No, it's his initials.
MVP.
Yes, the MVP is SGA.
SGA is Stephen Grant Akitatumbo.
Close, yeah. Shea Gilgeous Alexander.
I all my life I have never. You could have told me that was a historical figure in France, and I would have been like, "Yeah, dude, that sounds cool." I have no idea who that is.
He might be.
Do you know who Luka Doncic is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Does he play for them?
No, he's just an overrated player for the Lakers.
Oh, now he's overrated. Oh, shit.
There you go.
Oh,
All right, that's enough about basketball.
I gotta pick
The next
something up. Hold on.
we've talked about on this podcast quite a bit. It's precious metals because we talked about silver quite a bit. It says gold sales are actually up 545, ancient coins 455%. And I was gonna buy some like old Roman coins. My middle son loves history, and I was actually looking at some old Roman coins. Thought it was kind of crazy that was on here. And platinum is outpacing silver, and I don't know if I totally agree with that. Do y'all remember how much silver was last time we talked?
$48.
$48. It is now $63 an ounce.
I don't
It
know
has-
that refers to the pricing as much as the selling and
Right.
buying of it.
Silver has gone up a lot. I think gold has gone up a lot too. Honestly, I don't keep up with platinum much.
What
but
do they mean, Stephen, by gold back? Like, what is that? A certain kind of gold, or is that? Are we Chat GPT in it?
Yeah, I'm gonna look it up. Discover gold back notes. Gold backs are just physical gold notes. So I think they're like they almost look like paper.
But it's like that. It's like that leaf gold or whatever.
Yeah, this says
It's
like
still
this
gold,
is
but it's
1/500th of an ounce. So or 24 karat. It's like the gold
Wow.
foil
The spot
aluminum
price on
notes.
platinum is. Are those the ones that are like? No, that's not the bars. Never mind.
what's the spot price on platinum?
1751.05.
Does it show you a trend, Rob, of like where it was a couple
Well,
months
I
ago?
got
or-
the 4 biggies up right now. I can show you I can go back and show you the graph. Gold's
Yeah,
at 42.98, 85. Silver 61.81. Platinum 1751.05, and then palladium is 1523.70.
Really?
Yeah.
I just
And
don't
this
keep
is
up
the
with
graph. Where are you at? That's the graph for platinum.
Steven, do you know
Oh, it just
On
went
pl-
down 60 cents.
do you know on platinum, Steven, if is platinum marked with anything like any kind of signature like a lot of the silver is 925?
No, I don't know. I just really bought silver coins is really all I really got into. But it also says I was reading that jewelry is kind of taking a hit actually because as the price of silver has gone up, like the prices, the demand for like the jewelry goes down because it's so expensive. So it can get a little bit harder to sell jewelry when the price goes up.
All right, I
That
got your
makes
answer,
sense.
Mike. Platinum markings or hallmarks indicate purity and authenticity using numbers like 900, 950, or 999. Represent
900,
90%, 95%, or 99.9% pure platinum.
Okay.
You can often find it paired with initials PLAT or PT. So it would look like PT 950.
There
Alright.
you go. And then silver just usually would be 925.
Yeah. Are there any other markings on silver that other than 925, Steven? That you know of?
Sterling. I mean, it will say I mean, when you're looking at silverware, you're really looking for it to say silver or sterling on
Okay.
the silverware, and those are the ones that you want to pick up in the silverware. I mean, it will say sterling on jewelry too.
Oh, okay. That's interesting. I like this. I like the textured fashion that Western wear is up 1,065%. And boho.
I got to switch all this shit out.
Yeah. Boho's up 920%, which is crazy.
Western is good for me too because, I mean, in Oklahoma, that's really kind of it's when you're looking for like basic items. Western does pretty well here. It's pretty easy to find whether it's Wrangler jeans or Cinch or Ariat or that. I get a lot more of that stuff than maybe other people get.
We're almost to my category.
Nostalgia. Can you believe that Beanie Babies is on this list? I swore I would never ever buy a Beanie Baby again in my life, and it's actually on the list. It's posting huge gains in this nostalgia. Have y'all been to a Beanie Baby Whatnot show?
Never.
No.
I
Well,
thought everybody gave up on Beanie Babies.
I thought so too. I
That
can't believe
made
it's
a
on the
rush for like a year.
You know what they
or two.
say though?
Gotta
Everything
find the
comes back
best
around.
Beanie Baby. And then they died.
Everything comes back around.
Did the
People
Calico
just-
Critters bring back the Beanie Babies? Maybe, I don't know.
list. Maybe. Guess the little
Here we
animals
go.
are doing
Here we
well.
go. Here we go.
And then in the beauty section, we got press on nails is up. That's the biggest increase right now.
Right, here you go.
3,000%.
Coach's nails. Here we
You gonna do it?
I'm doing it. I've got an order placed already. We're gonna get about 5,000 units in.
Nails and glitter.
Nails and
Out
glitter.
of this world.
Boom. Here we go.
Okay,
What do you-
this is all I'm gonna say is I'm currently on Whatnot, and I typed in Beanie Babies into the shows. Okay,
He's still on Beanie Babies.
of every single one that's just selling, that's just a Beanie Baby show. There's not very many of them. Here are the live numbers. There are 2 viewers. There are 2 viewers. There are 5 viewers. That has maybe a couple more things, and there is 1 viewer.
I'm pretty
So-
sure Beanie Babies are a late night show, not a day show.
Oh well,
It's a little crazy after midnight with the Beanie Baby crowd.
yeah, I guess this one has 20
I'll
bookmarks. right
check it
here.
out tonight. Look, I'll check it out
4:30.
tonight after work, and I'll report back.
I got it.
I mean, there's got to be a thrifty golf of the Beanie Baby world, right? Like somebody that can just get on there and just rip stuff for just really good money. There has to be.
I don't know.
Are people paying $10, $15, $20 for Beanie Babies?
I think it depends on.
Is
the
that
people.
really happening?
I don't know, but
I have
I'm
no
gonna check.
idea.
See what
I
my
have no idea.
competition's like for press on nails.
Because I don't know if you know my theory. I always thought Beanie Babies were definitely money laundering. I think, and specifically the cartel. I think that's why people, you've seen like a $10,000 Beanie Baby or something that's sold. It has to be money laundering. That's the
I'm not
only
getting
thing
involved.
that can explain it.
I'm not saying anything about that.
Well, you have too much information, Rob?
No, I just don't want to get anybody knocking on my door. Yeah, we hear you talking.
Yeah, there's this girl selling press-on nails. She has 16 viewers. She has a bunch of sold items, but there's a couple that I see for $3, but they're all $1.
Really?
Again, that's
Yeah.
a late night situation, bro.
It's a lot of
a
work
glass
of
for
wine.
50 cents.
Get a glass of wine, and we're sitting around chatting with the ladies.
You're going to have to circle back around to those nails and the Beanie Babies because I would like to
Yeah.
know. I mean, how do you make money at $1?
It's like
almost
Beehive Nails has 36 viewers in there right now. And she has two sold for $10 a pop.
Yeah.
She just started.
Maybe that girl that I clicked on, maybe she was doing like the Dollar General brands. There's probably better brands.
Maybe.
But,
Yes,
I mean, you sell them
Quirky.
for $10.
Rob's got a weird schedule this week, so we're knocking this one out early
This month.
this month.
Yeah.
But if anybody knows about the Beanie Baby or the press-on nail category, we would like to know. I mean, it's not above us to get into anything that makes money.
You guys have told me. You guys have seen me do some shows, boys. So you guys know that.
I know
if
you
it's
got it.
a-
Look, Mike, I demand that you change this tagline of yours from the young one to the shady one.
the shady one. Why am I the shady one?
Well, we've seen your shows, bro. We've seen them shows. My boy gets down in every show. He's like, "Hey, I don't know what the fuck this is, but I'm selling it. Here you go." And then
Oh
everybody
shit, that's
tells
so
him,
funny.
"Mike, it's this.
Yeah,
Let's buy it for $80." Boom.
yeah.
I'm like, go ahead. Go
Hopefully.
ahead.
Hopefully,
Oh,
that's
love
all I
the
need.
the show.
I gotta send you some golf stuff, man.
Keep
Are you
telling me
backed
about it.
up?
I've been saying that for months, but I
I'm gonna
just
take
keep
pictures, and see. If
I
you
just
want
keep
it.
having
I'm
these
like,
bent. Well, no, I know you want it. I just 2 weeks ago at the flea market, I got like 20 Peter Millar and FootJoys for $1. So
Jesus Christ.
yeah, so it was and I
Same
was just
with
like, I
flea
just
market,
picked
by
them
the
up.
way.
I just picked them up because I'm like, I'm not gonna sell these, but I'll send them to Rob, and I just have to end up sending them. I have a huge tote just full of, Travis Matthews and everything.
Mm.
So,
Do
yeah,
a fired up show. Everything starts at $1.
honestly, yeah. I don't know.
Nope. I'm just gonna
I
start.
don't know. I think that we could.
everything at $1.
You can start
Let's
at
go.
$1. I don't give a shit. I think
Let's
that
go.
we should work out. Like some kind of like consignment deal where I just frickin' send you all the golf shit that I find, and then you can just
We
sell
do
it
that.
with
I've
no
done
upfront
consignment
cost.
before.
And
I've done
I
consignment
really
before.
don't. I really couldn't care less what it sells for. So
Yeah.
Yeah, it just might be like 3 or 4 years because it'll end up in the storage,
yeah,
and then it'll be like 3 years till he gets to that box that came in.
yeah, exactly.
Hey, you'll get a check in
Michael
3 years.
Michael
for
get a
50
Zelle from me
bucks.
3 years later for like $45 and be like, "What's this for?" I'm like, "Oh, that's
Yeah,
a
be like,
it's a box you sent me in 2025."
oh, yeah. Hey, Rob is a liability for that. He definitely is a liability for that. The guy has just an unbelievable amount of stuff. I say, hey, Rob, are you still buying during this this work grind that you're? Like, are you?
I haven't bought a thing. I haven't bought a thing.
Yeah, yeah, that's probably good. Probably good just to keep inventory
I'm
at
proud of
at
you.
manageable level. Yeah, because for a second there we were gonna recommend you call 1-800 whatnotter, and they were gonna put you on a program.
Now I gotta
Hopefully.
sell the shit though.
Yeah, we're gonna get you committed.
Yeah, exactly. We're gonna put you in a jacket. That's do you guys in like in your surfing, not just of whatnot, but it just kind of like in your guys's surfing of eBay and selling and your surfing of whatnot, do you guys think that list is 100% accurate?
Like I said, I don't think the Beanie Babies thing is accurate. I mean, I could be wrong, but
Well, I mean, the numbers probably are correct, but it doesn't equate to monetary. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's not telling you the amount of money. Like,
Yeah.
if you sold 2 Beanie Babies and now 17 have sold, you're going to have X-fold increase, right? And it's just, I mean, they're just really stating the obvious, but they're not putting any financials with it.
yeah, and I wonder how they got the Western number.
Yeah.
How could they
That's what-
possibly? How could they possibly know what's selling in every show if it was a
I'm
Western?
pretty sure that's the tags that are being used.
Oh,
You think
like
so?
people are, yeah, that makes way more sense. Like people are using that tag in their shows.
Yes, they're using
And
that.
so the
tag.
increase from
So-
last year, or the increase towards the end of the year or whatever that's probably what it is. Well, and to be honest, doing the amount of women's shows that I do, I wouldn't say it's 1,000% increase because I've only been doing them for not that long, but there have been a number of ladies specifically that have asked for Western wear, and boho has been a thing though for
Yeah.
I mean, ever since I've started this, just in general, because Amanda would find, boho style stuff even a couple of years ago that
right, but how
would
you
sell.
got to look at how often the tag is being used in shows
Yeah.
now as well, because there are tags that don't even exist that you can ask to have created. And then
Yeah.
so let's say somebody asked to have boho created, it's made, and now they've done 900 shows tagged as boho. There's your increase.
Yeah, I feel like in women's, like the boho is used whether you got boho or not either, too. I feel like it's almost as bad as vintage is used on things that aren't vintage. Like it's just almost a tag just for like I have cool women's stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm going to put boho on it.
Yeah.
It seems
Yeah,
overused.
that's my favorite is like you'll go on Facebook Marketplace and it'll be like vintage Metallica tee, and then it has like a big ass World Tour 2022 on the back.
Right. It looks vintage.
Yeah, you're like, okay.
I wore it for 3 years straight.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's cool. I don't see myself getting into the Maximus Beauty, but or really the
Gourmand
nostalgia.
fragrance. I had to look that up.
What is that?
Gourmand fragrances are surging. They are it's a perfume category defined by edible dessert-like aromas using notes like vanilla, caramel, chocolate, honey, coffee, or fruits to create scents that
Really?
smell delicious, comforting, and indulgent, often evoking bakeries or candy shops.
Gourmand. That's very interesting. I've never heard of that in my life.
I think the last one was I saw on here like candy was doing really well, but that was closer to Halloween. But the Dubai chocolate, I think,
Yeah.
is
Those,
like
you know what? There are candy shows that are on all the time, and they crush.
Oh, they're crazy ones too. I've been in there
fill a
before.
box. You fill
Yeah.
a box for like, yeah, holy crap.
Have you seen the candy shows where like it's not gummy bear, it's not Albanese and stuff. It's like people or another company, and then these people are selling it of candy that's it's not like in the gas station or whatever. It's like a certain brand or whatever. Those ones are crazy, like super crazy. They'll have crazy flavors and
where do
crazy
you think they're
designs.
sourcing it from?
I think it's just either it's their candy company and they make it and then they go in there and sell it, or it's another candy company that might not be as mass produced, and then they're, you know, maybe they just partner with them. But the shows that I've been into, the backdrop is crazy. It's like got crazy colors, and you know, the racks are full. And I mean, I've been in ones that have over 100 people, and there'll be some freeze dried ones, and there will be, you know, they have them all kind of set out on this table that they're standing behind, and it's just these big piles of like super sugary gummy bears, and you know, just kind of crazy ones, and they actually go for some really good money.
Do you see the ones where they take like the priority box and they go, okay, we're gonna put this in it, this in it, this in it, this in it, boom, here we go, we're selling this. And I mean, it's like,
yeah, it's crazy. I'm like, wow.
There's actually a candy shop, a candy store that's on Whatnot that sells their inventory.
Really?
Right out of the store. Well, I'll have a live show going on, people all in the store walking around buying shit, and they're just standing there steady selling.
What I'm thinking is, are there any regulations if I go in there and cook up some peanut brittle and then package it and then throw it on Whatnot? Can I do that?
Sure, but I have no idea.
Not that I know of.
There's gotta be though, because yeah, I guess.
Can I cook some brownies and put them on Whatnot?
I guess it's no different than the people that make food and put it on Facebook Marketplace. Like, I don't know if that happens a lot where you guys are at, but in the South, there a lot of people will make plates, like, and you know, it'll be like fried chicken and greens and stuff like that, and people will put them on Facebook and be like, "Hey, send me an order. All orders need to be picked up by noon or whatever." Yeah, yeah. So, and you know, they're just doing it out of their house or whatever. So I'm not sure. They don't have a license, I'm sure.
Corky says a lot of it comes from Walmart. I wouldn't doubt it. The name brand candies, but there's a lot of it on there that's not name brand stuff.
Yeah.
It's just like,
yeah, it's a brand you never heard of.
We also got a lot of shows that are selling like Asian treats.
Really?
Yeah.
What's an Asian treat?
Well, it's different snacks and stuff from different Asian countries.
Yeah, it's mochi. Candy Connection. 562 viewers in the show right now.
Candy Connection.
Let's check.
Holy shit.
What are they selling?
This guy has, right now he's selling Hershey's.
85,000 followers.
Hershey's Christmas, like candy cane thing.
Candy canes.
And I'm going to tell you right now, this is not judging a book by its cover. This guy that is the host does not look, if you just looked at him and he didn't have on this Christmas sweater and you said, what does this guy do for a living? I would say tattoo artist. I'd say probably some other stuff, but tattoo artist is one of them. He does not look like he's selling candy. This guy has neck tats all the way up, face tats, hand tats.
Hand tats. Like, his hand is black.
He got a whole black hand. I'm like, this guy.
His Christmas sweater says, ho, ho, holy shit, I need a beer.
Oh yeah, that's there's
boxes.
500 people in here.
That's how you sling candy.
Boxes?
Yeah, but this is not like one of the ones that I've seen. I've never seen this where they did like the name brand stuff. I've only seen them when they're doing the like other just kind of random stuff I've never heard of. But
candy and snacks is the thing. What am I trying to say? Sugar Vault is on.
I'm going to look up the regulations for selling food. Mary makes a hell of a chocolate chip cookie. Maybe I'll just get on there and start selling chocolate chip cookies too.
Yeah, that's a 20 pack of Sour Punch mystery straws, $20. Yeah. A lot of it doesn't go for like anything insane, but I mean, you couldn't really expect, you wouldn't really expect for there to be freaking $100 candy. I'm sure there is somewhere.
There's like 4 other shows on with almost 100 people in them too.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot actually. Yeah. And then, hey, Steven, and then there's one show that hasn't started yet. That's just like one of those very small sandwich bags, but not the ones that have the zip top, the one that has like the plastic that you stuff in, and it's like 5 gummy bears in this thing on a table, and That's the thumbnail for. That's the
What I'm
thumbnail
talking
for-
about. That's exactly what I'm asking
Hey,
about right
Rob,
there.
can you show that one real quick, Rob? That's the best thumbnail of all time. It only
It's
has
got
like
like a
2
scale.
bookmarks.
Is there a scale in the back
is
and
it
some powdered sugar? That's how I'm gonna make my thumbnail. I'm gonna put like a scale, some powdered sugar, and my box knife cutter blade right
Oh,
there.
I think
dude,
she
that's literally
started, but
so
that's-
funny.
It's gonna be cutting
This
up some
one?
candy.
Yeah, yeah. Wait, is it that one? Yeah, it is that one.
Yeah, she just
It-
started. She just
Oh,
started.
did she?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it
got
says get
50
your
more.
stocking stuffers. I'm like,
Yeah.
that's hilarious. Yeah.
Like that's raw candy. This guy's
That's
selling
the thing. Like, name a better like Whatnot. I want to see Whatnot's analytics like over the year to year, not just sellers
Let me
but buyers.
tell you
Because
something. I'm scrolling through, and there are a lot of people with wings on this channel, on this category.
yeah, and I'm like, this is the
A
only
lot of
place that you can just go and sell everything from, $50,000 Birkin bags to press on nails and
meatball.
candy.
The Beat Vault. Look at this guy.
That guy's legit. The
He's
meatball.
got wings. This
Is
dude
he a
has wings.
candy seller?
He's selling the Meat Vault in Snack Zone.
Is he
Wow.
selling like the summer sausages or what?
I don't know. I'll open it up to see what it says.
I wonder if you could be a butcher shop and sell steaks
Apple
and freeze.
rings, freeze pack
pack them.
He's got jerky bundles.
It's a
jerky
huge thing
bundles,
right now,
cookies,
buying straight from the ranch.
Yeah.
a 6-pack of bison meat sticks.
Oh yeah, so he is selling like stuff like that. We went to when I was in Texas, we went to like a local butcher shop in this town. This town's like 3,000 people, and we went and got steaks that they just sliced off the damn cow,
Yeah.
and oh
While
man,
it
they
was
were
standing there.
freaking so freaking good.
Sliced it
like-
up to go while it was
Hey,
standing
how
there
do you guys eat your steak?
with a fork and knife.
Typically medium.
Medium.
Unless I know the place really well, I will occasionally will get medium rare. But
I order medium rare.
Medium rare.
I just don't usually, unless it's like a place I go to all the time, I'll get medium rare. But I just don't trust just a new steakhouse. I just say medium, just so it's not too
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah, that's an interesting question, Corky.
Yeah, I mean they have to get it at wholesale price.
They gotta
where it's
get it at
literally
wholesale price,
pennies, like pennies on per unit. It's the only way. Because if you're selling something for $1, you make 59 cents or whatever. I mean, if you multiply that across 1,000 sales, then obviously the money gets okay. But
Yeah, you got $59.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
got to think maybe they're buying like the candy goes on sale the day after, like for Halloween. Maybe they're buying some of that and repackaging it or something along those lines, getting it half off, 75% off.
I'm sure they probably have a wholesale outlet they're tapped into.
yeah, some freaking who knows?
Or
Not
they're
something that I'm all that interested in to be a seller in that, to be honest.
I'm making some peanut brittle.
Yeah,
Let's go.
Throw it up
Let's
there.
go.
yeah.
Hey, just put it in to buy it now.
For every peanut brittle sold, you will get some crafting supplies. Oh
Free
shit!
crafting supplies.
Yeah, that's so good.
Peanut butter.
All right.
That's so good.
Let's
We
get
doing
to
it?
Yeah.
Alright.
Can't you hear?
No, I can't. You already know that I can't.
Cash find. Raiders keep you informed. Raiders bolos can't be ignored. Bolo finds, bolo prize. Raiders find the bolo prize.
All right. I got Rob's pulled up here.
All right.
Oh, okay. We're going here first. All right. Everybody knows Robert Graham. I'm showing you some of his Robert Graham Limited. So, guys, if you can find these and just do a quick Google search if you're listening out there in podcast land, Robert Graham Limited. Robert as in Robert Graham, Graham Limited Edition. These prints are as ridiculous as they sound. There's a Kiss edition. There is a I forget what this one's called. The Morelli Hurricane edition, I believe. but they are insane. Robert Graham has a Marvel one, a Beach Boys one, Dripping Hues. These are all in the $400 to $500 resale range.
Wow.
So
I
I
haven't
would,
seen a Robert Graham in forever.
yeah, I mean, I see the regular ones every so often, but I am definitely on the lookout for these bad boys here right now. I mean, they're like patterns like you would look at and be like, what the hell is that? But if you pull it back and see Robert Graham Limited on it, you need to snatch that up.
Quirky said he's on his way to the thrift store right now listening to us. Maybe noon
Heck
should
yeah.
be our
Quirky.
time slot.
Go
Quirky,
and cook, my
need
brother.
you to look for Robert Graham Limited Edition. You're going to make a ton of money if you do.
The good thing is we have a pretty high success rate of hitting on things that we bring up here, though.
Go.
What is this, a lid?
Forward. Skip forward to
Oh.
the listing.
Okay,
One more.
here we go.
All right, here we go. Brown Betty teapots. Now, these are old English made teapots, and they are hard to find, but they are well worth the resale price. I mean, because you're going to pick these up at like yard sales or older thrift stores, and for pennies on the dollar, and they're a good $50 bill, up to 70, depends on which edition you have. But if you go through back to where you were, some of the markings you want to look for is on the side, it's going to say embossed original Staffordshire. And then on the bottom, that's the next slide, you'll see made in England, and it says original Betty on it. So those are the markings you're looking for to find these Brown Betty teapots. They are reproduced. Make sure you look for these markings because the repops don't have them, but they will have a good $50 bill for you if you find them in good shape.
Made in England. Those are pretty
They are
cool.
made in England. Nice ceramic teapots. Obviously, we all know how the English love their tea. So
Yeah, that's why we dumped it. That's why we threw it in the hob. The hob.
What do you got, Mike?
All right. You guys know I gotta come out with a banger. Ready? Really
Yeah.
really good. These are 1993 Hanes boxers, the ones that I showed freaking a long time ago about underwear. Those ones were like the 70s or 80s, I believe. I was actually super surprised to get $55 for this pack. This is 1993 Big Men 2XL underwear. It's a 3-pack. They sold for $55. Anytime that I'm out now and I see sealed underwear, I always flip them over. And usually if they're from the 90s or earlier, it's a must look up because a lot of them sell for really good money and they sell usually really fast. So
I know you've done this a few times now with the underwear and everything. I'm still trying to understand why.
I mean,
What was
the
the
good news
design
is-
on those? Was those like dinosaurs or something?
no, I think they were just striped.
Oh,
I just
Actually, no,
understand.
there is like a little design.
Even with the design.
It's like, hey, it has like leaves on it.
Leafs.
Yeah, I to be honest, I guess I wouldn't know if the
55
design matters or not. But
$55?
yeah, for a 3-pack of
It's
underwear.
a 3-pack, you said?
Yeah, I wanted to
Some-
show you guys
Eight-
this.
It's $18 each. I mean, seriously.
Some dudes never want to change, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you get used to the same thing, and you even from the 90s, you don't want to change.
100%. I hope I didn't show this one in the last one, but if I did, I'm sorry. This is a vintage / Y2K Juicy Couture velour set. I
Let's see
think
this
what's special
again.
about did
No,
don't-
no, I'm messing
okay.
with you, Mike.
I was gonna say if I didn't, sorry. I think what's special about this one in specific is that a lot of people will know them from the crazy designs on them. They'll usually have rhinestones on the back, big spell outs, stuff like that. This one is it's just blank. It's just plain. Like it doesn't say anything on it, as a matter of fact. It just other than the tag. But as you can
Right,
see,
but who's
I
in the
used
picture? Who's in the picture wearing
that's
it?
Paris Hilton.
Yeah,
That's Paris
yeah.
Hilton. So normally if you get a Juicy Couture tracksuit that doesn't have the craziness on it, it's about $100 or so. And then if you get the ones with the craziness, then they can go up a lot of money. But this one in specific, this one is a light blue for everybody that's not watching. This one is a light blue velour set. And it was a good size. It was a size medium, and it sold full price for $250. And it actually sold like pretty quick. I'd say in less than a month. Which was like, I was pretty blown away. And I actually took that exact listing from another comp that I had, that exact photo of Paris Hilton wearing it, because all the other ones were not that much, and hers went for $250. So that's why I priced mine at $250. Here's the last one that I'll show just for today, is trying to get like some different categories of items. Where's it at? Here it is. I hope I didn't talk about this one last week too, but this is the Snap-on. Did I talk about the Snap-on tool? Do you guys remember? This is the Snap-on rad kit. I believe it's a vacuum for your radiator to get the bubbles out. I don't know. I'm not a mechanic, but anything Snap-on, number one, you have to look it up. Like a vast majority of that stuff goes for really good money. Be careful, because I made a mistake on this. I made a big mistake actually on this item. So there's a rad. So this one's called Radkit, RADKIT plus, and then it's -A, right? I didn't realize it was the -A one. And there's another model that looks the same. I mean, especially when you're out and about and you're trying to do it quick. And that one sells for like $400, like over 100% sell-through rate, $400. So I thought I was picking up an item that sells for $400, not realizing that this was the Radkit Plus -A, and that one only sells for like $150, and kind of okay. So I end up paying $100 for this item, because obviously I thought it was $400. So and it doesn't sell that great, so I ended up taking an offer on it for $150. And so after fees and all of that, my actual profit was $15.67. So, but it's a good thing, because it's a shitty thing because I didn't do what I was supposed to do and do the proper research and make sure that everything was what I thought it was. But on the flip side of that coin, I learned a lesson and didn't lose anything from it. So, it's still a win, but you got to make sure when you're out. Yeah, you got to make sure when you're out and about that and I even listed it over market, hoping that somebody would offer me $150 and I could take it, And so when you're out and about, just make sure, if you're paying up for an item like that, I paid $100 for it, to make sure you're taking that extra 30 seconds to make sure that the model that you're looking at is the model that sells, and it's not, that there's not different models. So, which is a lesson I've learned before. It's just, sometimes you kind of get caught up. So, yeah.
I didn't know there was a tool that could get the air out of your radiator line like that.
Listen, I'm not saying that that's what it is, but
it would be useful if there's something that did that.
I'm almost positive that that's what it is, because it does pull a vacuum. So that's the only thing that I know of, like why it would pull a vacuum. So I'm not sure. I really don't. It's probably for your freaking tires or something, and somebody's going to comment on the video and say like, this guy's an idiot, which he wouldn't be wrong, but yeah.
All right, let's see what I got. What do we want to go with here? Let's start with the Dale. We'll start with the Dale. I'm sure you got this one, right?
Yeah, I gotta have that one. I'm almost positive.
So yeah, this one went for $53. You can probably catch it on Fired Up Show tonight, probably for a little bit less than that. But this was like the six-time world champion Dale Earnhardt, and a lot of those will end up being $40 to $60 hats that you're going to sell tonight. I'm sure.
Yeah, you'll be able to get tons of inventory for cheap, for sure.
Yeah, it was crazy. This one sold yesterday, right as you started your Dale show.
Oh, really?
And then Rob texts me like an hour later, and he's like, "Hey, the Dale show's on."
Yeah, I sold a shirt that has that. I sold
the
a shirt
Dale universe had begun shifting.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
Let's talk about backpacks.
Let's do it.
This is a good brand right here, Sandpiper of California. And if you're looking at backpacks and you got your Under Armour, you got your Nike. I mean, most of those are $20 bills, is all that those are, just like the regular backpacks. So they usually aren't that great. But this is more like a tactical, and this bug out is always a great keyword. If a lot of people fill them up with all their essentials that they'll need if anything ever goes bad in these tactical bags. But there's more expensive than SOC, but this is a pretty decent brand to keep a lookout for on the backpacks. And a lot of times on backpacks, you can just tell because they're just heavier and you can tell they're made better. So Sandpiper, California, great tactical backpack right there.
There you go.
And
What else you got? What else you got? You got anything else?
Oh, I don't.
Oh.
Did I do this one last week?
No.
No,
It didn't pull up.
No, it didn't pull up.
we can see
there
it.
it is. Okay. So Stomper is always an excellent hat. It's not just the hats. There are the Stomper cars too. They're like little Matchbox or Hot Wheel, but the brand is Stomper, and they're little cars from the 90s that are monster trucks. Like the Hot Wheel monster trucks usually aren't that great, but if you find Stompers, you're talking about $100 toys right there, possibly. And the hats always sell for $50 to $80 as well. There's cooler versions of Stomper hats, but this one was still pretty cool. $60 on that one. I always look for Stompers.
Nice.
I never heard of that. That's sweet.
Yeah, the toys are really good too. Whenever you're digging through the Hot Wheels, look for Stomper. You'll be surprised. It'll be like that Red Line one that you were talking about. You'll be surprised that it's a $200 toy or $300 toy.
Happy hunting, Corky. Corky's checking out on us. He's at his place.
Heck
Corky.
yeah, go cook.
Good luck. And I always pick up these like vintage overalls. I always pick them up. They always sell super fast. This Roundhouse isn't the greatest brand, but anytime you definitely got vintage overalls, just kind of like the underwear. You find something that you like, and I think people keep wanting the same brand and the same thing. It's not as flashy as a cool vintage shirt, but this is the type of stuff that you actually find out there.
Yeah.
Is that a
lot more often? Yep. Found that in the bins. I think all the backpack was at the bins. The Stomper hat was not at the bins.
Is one of us getting ready to get raided?
What?
Is anybody else here to?
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, that's what happens. Yeah, I live in the middle.
Are you getting raided?
City. No, that's like an ambulance out there or something.
That's not ice. All right.
No.
Yeah, we called in.
Make sure you have your papers.
Yeah. I'm Eastern European.
All right.
I gotta follow up on Mikey's. You ready? The Snap-on Rad Kit Plus A, also called Rad Kit Ultra, professional automotive tool for vacuum filling and bleeding vehicle coolant systems, letting mechanics quickly remove air, test for leaks, and refill without draining coolant, saving time and preventing overheating issues.
There you go.
Yeah. On my life, I did not look that up. I was using my context clues. That's all. Yeah. That's there is one that sells for a lot of money, which is really nice.
Yeah, a lot of money's nice.
Yes, a lot of money is very nice.
All right, guys. Appreciate y'all hanging out today with us. We'll definitely get this one uploaded as fast as I can. Catch us next Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday, when we always go live, and we'll talk everything eBay and whatnot. See you guys.
Heck yeah. See you.
Take care. Peace.
Peace.